idea that you have to sit cross-legged with a straight back, close your eyes, focus on your breathing and clear your mind.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the 20s Unraveled podcast, the cozy space where we talk all things about personal growth, self-discovery, and navigating your life in your 20s. This is your host Anushka, who has been MIA for the past year, but I am back and ready to dive into some really exciting topics. And I'm so glad that you decided to join me here today. So grab your favorite beverage, get cozy, and let's dive in. In this episode, I want to talk about something really important, that is how and why we should take care of our mental health proactively. Personally, I've been through tough mental health days, and in those times, I often wish for tools or some kind of magic that would just take all of the pain and negativity away. And those moments made me realize how important it is to maintain mental hygiene before things get overwhelming. It's about building habits and practices now that support our well-being in the long run so that we are better equipped to handle challenges when they arise. Through my journey, what I've learned is taking care of your mental health isn't just about reacting to tough situations. In fact, it is more about being proactive. These practices help us build a strong foundation of well-being so we are better prepared for life's ups and downs. Lately, I've been reflecting on my own mental health and how much it is tied to the habits that I keep daily. You know, everyone talks about self-care, going to the gym, Pilates, ice baths, and while those are great, I've realized the deeper layer is finding which habits feel good to you. It's not about following what everyone else is doing. I feel like with social media platforms and all of the morning and night routines that we consume online, there's a pressure to follow certain trends and do things just because everyone else is. We get caught up in this cycle of thinking that we need to adopt certain habits because they are popular, but that doesn't mean that they'll work for us. Let's be real. I have spent months trying workouts that just did not resonate with me. I used to watch people on YouTube run marathons, do intense Pilates and yoga sessions, and I thought I was supposed to do those to attain better physical and mental health. But all of those felt like a chore. They just didn't feel right. No wonder I was not able to stick to these routines. Then I realized maybe traditional workouts just aren't for me. Instead, I realized that I was more leaning towards playing sports like badminton or dancing to loud music however I wanted to. It helps me take my mind off the results and just lets me enjoy myself while still getting all the health benefits. Now I don't have to force myself to show up for these activities. Because I already enjoy them, I want to make time for them. This also leads me to my next point, which is how important it is to give yourself the permission to try things out and let yourself go through the process of trial and error while you are trying to build new habits. Because honestly, if you never show up and experiment, you will never find an activity that truly lights you up. So if you're struggling to find habits that stick, I highly recommend you to explore. It's completely alright if you try something and it doesn't fit. That's a part of the process. I know I talked about how not everything that we see online works for everyone, but habits like meditation and gratitude is something that I highly believe in. In fact, research shows that these practices are linked to improvements in overall well-being. Meditation can help reduce stress and anxiety. On the other hand, gratitude helps shift your mindset towards positivity, even during tough times. It's not just about feeling good and present in the moment, but it's about setting yourself up for success. I know what probably comes to mind when you think of meditation or gratitude. For meditation, it's the idea that you have to sit cross-legged with a straight back, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and clear your mind. And for gratitude, you might think of opening an aesthetic journal every day and writing down 3 things that you're grateful for. But here's the thing, you can totally tweak these habits to fit what works for you. For example, with meditation, I don't even use any fancy apps. I just go on YouTube, search up for a 10-minute meditation, and choose one that feels right for that day. Sometimes I need one that will help me with my anxiety, and the other times I just need a quick boost for my day. I don't even prefer sitting upright for the practice. For me, in that moment, I want to feel super relaxed and chill, and so I prefer lying down on my bed instead. And as for gratitude, I cannot just wake up and randomly write 3 things that I'm grateful for. So to make the practice more consistent and intentional, I use an app called the Gratitude Journal, which gives me new prompts each day and it helps me reflect. So these are the little tweaks that actually help me show up for these practices more effortlessly. Taking care of your mental health doesn't have to be expensive or picture perfect. I think with social media, they have painted a picture that self-care needs to come with, matching sets from fancy brands, a hydro flask, or Apple headphones. But in reality, none of that is necessary. The habits that I've incorporated into my daily routine almost cost me nothing, and they don't add extra stress into my life. I think at the end of the day, it's all about choosing activities that feels good for you and making it work in a way that feels simple and sustainable. As young adults, we are constantly trying to find our place in the world and trying to figure out how everything works, which can be overwhelming at times. And so therefore, that is why I believe that it is really crucial for us to come back home to ourselves and find activities that help us disconnect from the world, the responsibilities, and all of the expectations that we might carry. And one powerful way to do that is to reconnect with hobbies that we once used to enjoy as kids. There is something so special about the joy and innocence that we experienced as children. On tough days, I often think of how life felt so simple back then. And I came across this quote once that really resonated with me. And it said, "Life became sweeter when I realized that the magic behind childhood was not because I was a child, it was because I was present." That made me realize the importance of incorporating hobbies or activities that help you reconnect with your inner child to recapture that joy and presence, even if it is just for a little while. I used to love sketching and painting as a child, but these days I'm just too tired or bored to do a full painting. So I've picked up on a children's coloring book. The outlines are already there and all I have to do is just color in them. Here's the thing, with this hobby, I don't aim for perfection. If I color outside the lines, or I just make the characters look absolutely hideous, I don't care. I'm not aiming for perfection in this time and space. And I don't even use crayon. I use sketch pen. I just randomly draw in strokes or patterns because that is what I enjoy. We often forget about the simple joy that comes with creating without any limits. That is a lesson that we can carry into every part of our life. Because when we try to aim for perfection, we often miss out on all the fulfilling moments that life has to offer. I've also realized that it is okay for our interests to change over time. Just because you've been following a particular routine or habit for a long time doesn't mean you have to stick with it for the rest of your life. We are constantly evolving as people, and it is only natural that our habits and routines evolve too. It's perfectly okay to let go of what no longer serves you and explore new paths that feel more authentic to who you are now. So, whether you are trying to build a workout routine, start a creative hobby, or just better take care of your mental health, I just want you to remember that no one is coming to check up on you. There is no rule book. You get to decide what you want to do, and you don't have to follow what everyone else is doing. So I suggest let yourself make mistakes, get messy, and have fun. Because at the end of the day, life isn't about being perfect. It's about having fun, being authentic, and just doing things that make you feel alive. So, take this as your sign to start building habits that align with your values, your interests, and your goals. Let go of the idea of perfection and do not limit yourself to someone else's idea of success. Alright, guys, so that is it for today's episode. And if this resonated with you, feel free to share it with anyone who you think might need this reminder too. And let me know in the comments or DM me about all the hobbies or habits that you've discovered that truly scream you. All of my social links will be present in the description below. Until next time, take care of yourselves, be true to who you are, and let's keep unraveling. Bye bye, guys. Mental health days. It is do. If you're never that, so take this as your sign to